Hi guys, so I'll be showing you a little preview of my project, so why not we just get started in. As you can see, we have tic-tac-toe, pedometer, AI and camera, doodle, voice recognizer, Google, calculator, checkpoint 1, baby Zunera, just as a meme, AI calculator, surface detector, catch the bird, moving ball, and then calculate. So as you can see, all of these projects, we'll be checking them and showing the code as now we'll be starting right now. So let's get started. So first is tic-tac-toe. So the things you need for this is screen 1, horizontal arrangement, label 2, text box 1, horizontal arrangement, label 3, text box 2, label 1, table arrangement, button 1, 2, 3, and the other buttons 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then this image 1. These are the stuff you need. Okay. So here, as you can see in the code, as you can see here, when any button clicks, if the label 1.text equals its axis turn, then it's gonna set the button text of component to get component to X. Set the label 1 text it's to its O's turn. Set the button text of component get component to O. Set the label 1 text to its axis turn. So as you can see in tic-tac-toe, it always starts with the X. So as you can see here, when any button is clicked, it's gonna get the component. Yeah. So if the label 1 text is X's turn, so as you can see here, when the screen 1 is initialized, it should set the text into its X's turn. So when the text of label 1 is X's turn, then it's gonna set the button's text into X here. So and it's also gonna get the components. So it's gonna set the components into the label X. So imagine this is the component, button 1. So when this is pressed and it's telling its X's turn, as you can see the label 1, where is the label? Let me show you the label. Oh, that's the wrong one. Okay, there. This is the label 1. So this is gonna set into X's turn. When it is X's turn and this thing is pressed because it gets the component, this is the component, then it's gonna set this into X. When you press this, it's gonna get the component and then set it to O because it's O's turn. And the label is gonna be its O's turn. That's why. So it's gonna get the components and set the label to X. Set the label 1 text its O's turn. So when it is not the X's, the label 1 X is not the label 1 text is not the X's turn. It's not telling that. Then it's gonna go run this whole thing. It's like the complete same thing, but though it's like replaced with O, and this thing is gonna replace with X, so that this thing can just continue again. And then this thing is gonna continue again and like that. Now when the image 1 is clicked, as you can see in where image 1 is, image 1 is like at the bottom and it's like telling delete. Well, I will fix that later. I was supposed to put the restart button, but I could not because I fully forgot. I got too too confused. My brain was full up with stuff, so that's why it's delete. So please put the image as restart. So when this thing is clicked, then it's gonna set all of the buttons text to nothing, then set the label 1 text it's X's turn. And why is that? Because it always starts with an X, of course. Okay. And then now I also wanted to add this for extra. This is the player X and this is the player O. So for the player X, the player X, it's gonna turn to the player X. There, don't you see this text box? Yeah. So put the player X's name, the player O's name. Finished. Now you can remember and you cannot forget the name, and then you can switch them if you restart if you want. Okay. Tic-tac-toe is finished. Now in Pedrometer. As you can see, it's saying start, stop, and reset. So these are the buttons: start, stop, reset, the label 1, and then text to speech and the Pedrometer. So what we have for this is when the start button is clicked, the action is called Pedrometer.start. So it's going to start the Pedrometer. When the stop button is clicked, it's going to stop the Pedrometer. And when the reset button is clicked, call the Pedrometer to reset. Set the label 1 text to 0. Call the text to speech message. Speak the message 0. And when the Pedrometer has does walk step, like when it walks, then as you can see, this event is run when a walk step is detected. A walking step is a step that appears to involve in a forward motion. As you can see, the text here, as you see, okay. So set the label 1 dot text to the Pedrometer distance. Call the text to speak the message of the Pedrometer distance. When it changes, when the number of the Pedrometer changes, then it's gonna do it. It's like the same. And another thing is that there are stuff like walk step, stride length, stop detection timeout, simple steps, moving, ellipse time, distance, calibrate, stride length, like something. What is that? I don't really know. Okay, Pedrometer is done with tic-tac-toe. Please don't ignore that. So this is just ignore that. Okay, yeah. So you can see there's this search text button, enter button, the voice button, vertical arrangement, answer, chat box, and then the speech recognizer and the text to speech. So this is a very interesting thing. So when the enter BTN stands for button is clicked, it's gonna call the chat bot 1 to conserve the question of what is in the text box. For search button, the search text box, text. So it's gonna get the text and then put the when it gets the answer for that, when the chatbot 1 got a response, set the answer, the text to get the response text. Call the text to speak the message of the response text. So this is the two not really cool stuff. Now, when the speech recognizer after getting text, call the chatbot 1, conserve the question of the get result of the speech recognizer what he told. And when the voice button is clicked, then it's gonna call the speech recognizer to get the text, and then the text is gonna turn into the result. The result is gonna get conserved the question by chatbot 1. Finished. So these things are grouped as a voice stuff, and these enter button and then chatbot 1 is for entering stuff. So now these whole stuff are done. Tic-tac-toe, Pedrometer, and AI. Now we'll be continuing with camera. Camera is so freaking easy, no joke. So the thing you need is just button 1 and camera, and also screen, of course. So when the button 1 is clicked, call the camera 1 to take the picture, and it's gonna take a picture. When the camera 1 is done, then after the picture, it's gonna set the screen 1 background image to get the picture. So as you see here, press this, and it's gonna take you to the camera, the selfie thing, the camera thing, yeah. And you got to press the button, and then it's gonna set the screen 1 into the picture you set it, and then you're gonna just take a picture again. Yeah, this is quite lame, the camera, but Doodles is sure interesting, no joke. So you can see red, purple, eraser, brown, orange, blue, yeah, there. And then there's black, and then you can scroll this, what though I cannot really do it right now because, yeah, I cannot do it right now because there's no scrolling thing now. But it is still allowed only if you scan if you download it or if you scan it. So when you scan it, this thing is gonna show that you can go to the sides, and then now you can get the other colors. This is the slider for the width, and this is where you draw. So now these things are arranged. I want to arrange them so that they look nice. Let me go arrange them now, like closely. Okay, let me get the other colors. Please don't mind me. Okay, so when the blue button is clicked, it's going to set the canvas paint color to blue. The same to the other stuff, but they have different button stuff and different colors. And then the same to here, but for eraser, because the screen is white, it's gonna the color has to be white, so that you can erase it, and then gonna show the white screen again. So that tricks the people into thinking it's an actual eraser, but just the white color. And then when the slider 1 position is changed, set the thumb position into the the line width, as you can see here. And go here, and this is when the canvas 1 is dragged, it's gonna call the canvas 1 draw line, the get previous X and the get previous Y, current X, current Y. I have no idea what is this whole thing. I just learned it from what is it called? Yeah, it's this channel. You know what? Wait, where's the channel? Wait, I kind of forgot. Where's the channel? There's the channel. Look, MIT App Inventor. This is the official MIT App Inventor. This thing 6. Okay, what am I doing? So this is the original MIT App Inventor here. The little I kind of forgot what was it. Yeah, the original videos. And I swear, in the freaking world, why is my brother watching all of this stuff? Also, I kind of subscribed to my channel in this Afrinrupa accounts. Okay, there. So now, as you can see, delete this. As you can see, now we did doodle. Now we'll do voice recognizer. Yeah. So this thing is also one of the easiest. It's going to turn the voice to speech, and then microphone label, and done. So screen 1, vertical arrangement, button 1, horizontal arrangement, label 1, label 2, and then the speech recognizer. The label 2 is like very small here. Speech recognizer, yeah, it's the non-visible component. So when the button 1 is clicked, it's going to call the speech recognizer to get the text. And what the speech recognizer gets the text, after it gets the text, it's going to set the label to text to get result. And this thing is just a microphone, the microphone just for no reason. I was supposed to put that as voice recognizer, but just don't worry. Voice recognizer, and this whole chunk is done. Google here, we'll be continuing with that. So as you can see, there's a search text box 1, web viewer, and speech recognizer. So what it's gonna do is just when the search button is clicked, set the web viewer home URL to the join of the this thing joined with this text box one text. So what is this gonna do? You ask. So it's gonna set the home URL into the search thing. So it's gonna search this because this is telling home URL. It's gonna put it as home URL. So it's like it's gonna open the web page. It's not gonna open like if you put it as like the text box text only. Yeah, if you only do this, then it's like gonna do something else. It's like a URL, you know. It's only for URLs, not for text. So for this you can just only put URLs, but for this you can put URLs and also the other stuff. So hootups www.google.com search. It's gonna like get the question and then answer it back with the with the web viewer here. Okay, done. Google's done. This whole chunk is done. Calculate the checkpoint one. So this is interesting. So this is label 1. This is label 1, number 1 for like number 1, label 2, number 2, equation, and then calculates and then answer. So the answer is here. The calculate is the button. This thing is the equation. So let me go put this a little bit more smaller. Also, there's this else thing which is literally blocked. Like not blocked. So I'm just gonna go this. No, yep, I need this. Oh, yeah, I'm supposed to do it with this one. Okay, good. Okay, this thing is off. Please don't mind that. Okay, so if the equation selection is a plus, so when the equation of the selection here is equal to plus, it's gonna get the number of number 1 text, and then it's gonna plus it with number 2, and then it's gonna set the answer into the text. So set the answer text to join the answer is. So it's gonna tell in the label the answer is the number 1 text plus the number 2 text. The whole same thing here, but though it's like minus division multiplication, and it's like plus minus for the answer for minus division multiplication. Yeah, here that. And another fact, you also need to put the plus minus division multiplication. Yeah, there. Multiplication. Okay, baby Zunaida. Yeah, this thing is a little meme I wanted to make. So when the initialized global is shaking to false, it's gonna like initialize, like it's gonna like set it to false. With the acceleration sensor is shaking, call the sound 1 to pause, and then set the global is shaking to true. And when the clock timer gets global is shaking equals false, then set the global is shaking to false, and then gonna call the sound 1 to resume. When screen 1 initialize, set the sensitivity to sensitivity weak. Call this sound 1 to play. So here it's like like when it is shaking, then it's not gonna make the noise. When you do make the noise, well, when you do not shake it, then it's gonna make the noise instead. So it's gonna pause when it's shaking, it's gonna resume when it is not shaking. Okay, so this thing is like a little meme about my baby. She's always like that. If you don't really shake her, like shake it like this much, then she's gonna make a crying sound. Understood? As if you wonder, this is the sound this is the sound for my baby, which I recorded here. Baby Zunaira, that's her a little recording of her crying. AI calculator. So AI calculator is very interesting, like very. The addition, subtraction, division, multiplication, is lesser than and is greater than. So when you press addition, take you to the addition screen. And these are the stuff you need, of course. So this thing is very giant, and I don't even know a little bit of this. I just learned it from my coding class. That's the only thing I know. I just learned this from my coding class, and I literally learned nothing from this, and I don't know how to explain you to this. So we're going to skip AI calculator, service detector. So this thing, when you press nearest police services near me, that's gonna get the nearest police service. This is the thing that my teacher told to put. It is for location. I have no freaking idea what is this. When the ambulance is clicked, the ambulance button is like the nearest ambulance service near me. Then it's gonna call the ambulance sound to play, and it's gonna call the web viewer to go to the URL of the google.com map, search the nearest ambulance near me. So this is the same thing here, playing a police sound, this thing, and then yeah, there, this thing and this thing. Okay, so this is done, and just to tell, police, fire truck, ambulance buttons. These are all buttons. Web viewer, of course, web activity starter, and the location sensor, ambulance sound, police sound, fire truck sound. You don't need to add these. I just wanted to add them for no reason. Just that I wanted to put them as creativity. So service detector is done. Catch the bird here, as you can see. So it's like blocks. Okay, this thing I can understand a little bit. When screen 1 is initialized, it's gonna call the text to speech. Click on the play button. It's actually play button. So when the image 1 is clicked, it's gonna set the start the image visible to false, set the main image visible to true. It's not actually image, both of these are like what? The layout, yeah. Initialize global score to 0. When the image sprite is touched, set the label 1 text to get score +1. Set the global score to label 1 text, and then call the text to speak message label 1 text, and call the sound 1 vibrate milliseconds for 100. When the button 2 is clicked, set the global score to 0. The button 2 is the restart button. When it's gonna set the label 1 text to 0, calls text to speak message label 1 dot text. When the clock timer is done, then it's gonna call the image sprite move to a random 1 2 2 6 8 12 4 2 2 12 2 4 2 2. And why are those numbers so random, you're asking? This is the whole number for the screen. This is the whole number for the screen, the width, as you can see. And let me show you some stuff. Where this thing is. Okay, this is visible. Then your main screen. Visible. Wait, let me go try to find the thing. There. So this is the start button. I wanted to put welcome for no reason. So when this is clicked, the bird is going to start moving, but still going to start moving even though this thing is not clicked. It's a little problem. So the score is a label, the reset is the button, and these are the whole thing you got to put. I'm too lazy to read it out. Okay, moving ball. So here it's like a foot. It's like this is a label. This is the canvas one, the image sprite one, image sprite 2, and then the accelerometer. So it's like this star will just keep moving to random positions and random, and then this ball, you got to like, like it has like mass inside of, it's like a mass, like it has mass, but though it's inside your phone, like it has mass. So when you go like do it like this, yeah, the ball's gonna go slide there. If you do it like this, it's gonna slide there, and if you do it like this, it's gonna slide there, like that. Yeah, and this thing is interesting. So when the accelerometer acceleration change set the image sprite dot x position, so the image is sprite dot x plus the get acceleration times 5 negative 5, and then the gets a y axle times 5 here, and then going to also multiply plus with the image sprite y. So the number here, if you this is negative 5 because like it's like that. I kind of forgot what was the reason. So this is for the mass. If you put it like 10, then it's going to be 10 heavier, 5 heavier. Yeah, depends on how it's like the mass for like 1 equals 500 kilograms IDK. Okay. And then when the image sprite is collided with other, call the image sprite move to the image sprite 2 to move to a random integer, yeah, this thing to yeah, here. So this thing is gonna go move to a random position, and you got to like turn it again so that it like goes to it. And then set the label 1 text to the label 1 dot text plus 1. Now, now this is the original one I made. It's like a little ball where you can just play with. There's no short type of game. Yeah, I'm out trying to like test it some stuff. Yeah. So it's like you got to go move it like the same thing, but there's literally no game, and it's the whole thing like here. It's like nothing, just the same thing. It's like for the mass thing, accelerometer. Yeah. Now there's the calculator. This thing does not work. I have no freaking idea why does it not work. The original is the calculator checkpoint 1. Nope, it's the calculator. Just got to the little checkpoint 1 and finished. This thing got take over, and now it does not work again, like nuts. As you can see, if I'm pressing it, like try to hear this. You hear it? It literally does nothing. Like nothing. It does nothing. So these are all of my stuff I made. Yeah. So finished, guys. We're finished coding with all of my App Inventor stuff, and now we are finished. So goodbye, guys. Have a great time, and also please subscribe to this channel because I've been very busy for some time, and I barely managed to even make videos. That's why it's been so long since I didn't even make one video. So goodbye. See you guys.